Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber. Okay, guys, so today I'm making a video. It's not so much a rant because I've went on too many rants. I've been going on a rant ever since McFarlane Toys, or the rebirth of McFarlane Toys came into existence. Again, second time around. This time around, if you guys been watching a lot of my reviews, you guys know my main complaint with McFarlane Toys is the paint apps, right? It's always been my main complaint. Me as a customizer, I'm able to overlook it because I'm able to make figures that I want to make. You know what I mean? Um, but this time, um, McFarlane with this new recent wave that he is releasing, it's priced at $40, man. $40. Now, this is what is going to come. This is what has been. This is what's been. It's been a progression, right? It's this. We've been seeing signs of this coming. For example, $30 for figures like this when they actually should be $20. Uh, this was one of my last reviews of Captain Carrot, and I said in this review when I was reviewing this guy, I said essentially he's charging us an extra $10 for this right here, pretty much. Um, this stand right here, actually that's not it, but that's from another premium figure. But right here, this is essentially what he's charging us for, an extra $10 for this, and he's calling it a premium figure. Now, this is why I'm not really shocked, because McFarlane Toys has done this since its inception back in what, 93, 94, 92. They've released variants. They've reused body molds, not as bad or not as blatant as Hasbro with Marvel Legends. But looking at this new wave, speaking of Marvel Legends, you look at how simple the paint apps are. There's nothing to these characters. There's no wash on them. It's just, if I feel like McFarlane Toys is going down that same road as Hasbro when it comes to our Hasbro Marvel Legends when it comes to paint apps. Like this new wave for $40, you get all four of them for what? A shipping cost is going to be like around $300, give or take. And it's just, it's insane. First off, I have a hard time paying $30 for this guy right here, and I've been skipping a lot of the premium figures, a lot of the $30 figures. But for $40, I understand what McFarlane is doing because a lot of these figures on the aftermarket are selling for that price anyways, right? So that's kind of what McFarlane is thinking. It's like, oh, people are willing to pay $40 for this on Mercari or eBay. Well, why not just hike the price up ourselves and we can sell it for $40? Well, that is where the problem lies. Because, yeah, people have no problem paying $40 for figures that they actually want for $20 figures on Mercari and on eBay. But when you hike them up to $40, and now you got these scalpers, on Mercari and eBay selling it for $60, $70, that's a little bit crazy. And here's why I'm not really that disappointed, because I know with McFarlane Toys, listen, give it 4 months, you're going to see it, the price drop on Amazon for $13, for $10, for $9, depending on what the figures are. So that's why I'm not really disappointed. But me as a reviewer, trying to get these figures and review them, and then you're kind of in competition with all these other YouTubers as far as trying to review them first, and then you're competing with hundreds of other toy reviewers. And by the time you put out your review, there's already 40 freaking toy reviews of this figure. And then being a toy reviewer and having to pay $40 for a figure, it's just, I started being very selective about a year ago because I saw this happening. You saw this happen with Hasbro when they were starting to do the price hike, $20, $25, then up to $30. And it's just like, if McFarlane goes down this road, which they are eventually, because you see it with the $30 figures, the premium $30 figures, premium, premium with this stand right here to put the card in, that's pretty much what you're paying for. You know, if I'm going to pay $40 for a DC McFarlane figure, I at least want a wash on it. It's going to have to be a figure that I really, really want. And if I'm going to pay $40 for a DC McFarlane figure, another $40 for another Batman, listen, I think those days are over with. Because as a collector, if you guys are collectors, obviously you are if you're watching this video, you're you're already you're already at the top, of your collecting game. You pretty much got all the DC McFarlane figures that you want. So what else can McFarlane give us? I mean, yeah, there are characters out there that he hasn't given us yet, but at the same time, why am I going to spend, let's say, $40 on a figure like this that doesn't include guns? That's pretty much what he came with right there. $40 for this figure right there, when I can go buy, a NECA figure, um, which much more, with much more paint apps, detail, or I can go start collecting, Mythic Legions or Cosmic Legions for that price point for $40. What's the point anymore? Why am I going to pay, $40 for, this right here, which is a good figure, but let's be honest, is this $40? This is not $40. This is $20. And what McFarlane has given us now and charging us $40 that was once worth $20, it just doesn't make any sense. And this one right here, it's a Target exclusive. So, but then again, people are people, if this wasn't a Target exclusive, give it 4 more months, this guy would be $13. So, I understand people's, anger. I understand why people are so upset. But at the same time, we've seen this before. And as a collector, you have a choice. You can say, well, I'm not going to spend $40 for a figure anymore. And I think we all, as a community, should say, listen, if you collect Hasbro or McFarlane toys, I think it's very important for us to say, come on, do we really need it? Do we really want it? Do we want to spend our hard-earned money, $40? $40, guys. If you buy 2 figures for $40, that's $80. 80 freaking dollars, man. And I know people that that's pretty much 40% of their paycheck, what they make every week. You know what I mean? But then again, if you're spending that kind of money and you're spending half of that on your paycheck, you don't have any bills, then kudos to you. But if somebody like me and us, you guys watching at home, I'm sure you guys have bills like me. And you're going to have to ask yourself the question, okay, do I really need this now? Do I really want to buy this for $40? And looking at the figures that McFarlane is putting out now, especially with that wave, those figures are not worth $40, in my opinion. And, we have to start asking a question that I had to ask myself over a year ago. Do I really need it? Am I going to really spend $40? $40 on this, man. $40 on this. I have no problem paying $20 for this. $10 even better. But $40 for this. If you guys are from the same generation that I am, we grew up going to KB toy stores and paying $7.99 for something like this, man. This is how much it was worth, $7.99. And you just look at it. I mean, this is something. I mean, if it didn't have McFarlane toys on it, if it wasn't McFarlane toys, this would be at the dollar store. Let's be honest, guys. Be at the dollar store for, $10.99. And that's where it's going to go. Amazon is going to have it for $10.99. This one, Target exclusive, I'm not really for sure about. Probably not, but you guys get where I'm coming from. So, as a collector, I've seen this before. As Um, as a current collector now, as an adult collector, now it's just like, okay, now I know, I'm not going to say I know when to fold them because I'm not. I'm still going to continue to buy these figures, but when it comes to the $40 price point, I'm going to have to be very, very selective in what I buy. And I feel sorry for the people out there who collect McFarlane toys, who are completists, who have to dish out this money, or who want, or I don't want to say who has to dish out this money, but if you're a completist, then it's kind of like an addiction. This what this toy game is. It's an addiction. Once you collect this character, then you have to get this character, and then you have to get this character. And the same thing goes with YouTubers too. Like out there, YouTube, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that specifically collect McFarlane figures, and this is going to hit them hard. I mean, they're going to make their money regardless, and they wouldn't be doing what they're doing, if they didn't have a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? That's why they have a YouTube channel, is because they collect and they review McFarlane toys. But as an average like McFarlane toys collector, specifically DC, yeah, it's gonna hit your wallet hard, man, because you have to think of it in a broader context. Because now 5 figures, right there, that's 40, 80. Well, you can do the math. I'm not going to do the math for you, but that right there is $200 right there. 5 figures, am I right? My math is right on that one. It's $200 right there. Back then you can get 10 figures, 10 action figures for that price. So it's a complicated situation, and the only thing I can say to a lot of my collectors out there is be selective. Don't try to be a completist, because there's no point. Buy the figures that you want to buy. Just don't buy figures because it's McFarlane toys or it's part of the DC universe. Sometimes you have to say to yourself, okay, let's not get upset at the price hike, because we kind of knew it was coming. I did, at least. And let's say to ourselves, okay, do we really need this? It's okay to be upset as a collector, but do we really need this? Do I need to spend $40 on this? And the answer is no. The answer is no. I'll wait 4 months. I'll pick them up for $10. You know what I mean? So if I can give you guys some encouragement as a collector, I say let it be a waiting game, or even let it be a protest. I think if a lot of us collectors step off and not buy these figures, and I think a lot of us will, we'll look at that $40 price tag and say, no, we're not paying $40, because I know you guys will do it, because I've done it. I looked at these figures and I said to myself, $30? No, I'm not going to get $30. I'm not going to pay $30 for this. And I didn't. I actually got them for a cheap price off of another site, a cheaper price, should I say. And that's why I end up buying them. Other than that, I don't think I would have spent $30 on this guy. So all I can say to you guys is the collecting game has become the waiting game. You know what I mean? If you're a collector, wait. The price will eventually drop. And if you can find the figure that you're looking for a good deal, wait for it. It's not going to kill you to obtain it, to get it. You know what I mean? And so that's the best advice I can give. There's no point in me giving a rant on this issue, because it's just, it's a part of the business. It's part of the game. The toy collectors, they don't make toys for you. Well, they try to, but they're more interested in your money than your happiness. And I'll just put it like that. All right, guys, if you tuned in for this little video, I just wanted to speak about it. It's not so much a rant. I just wanted to give you my 2 cents on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Are you going to pay these prices? What is your plan for the changing of the guard, the changing of these prices with toys, not only McFarlane but Hasbro, but overall prices are going up everywhere. So are you guys going to be selective? Are you guys going to bitch and moan? I mean, bitching and moan never hurt anybody. So, but anyways, I just wanted to give my 2 cents. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Peace.